Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video we will have a look at the Ontario knife, in this case the SPA series, and this is a factory second. It's not marked as such, as best as I see, and therefore we don't have a box or anything for that matter. It's just a knife, at least with its sheath. The sheath has that sticker on it, so we see SEC at the end, second, factory second. I don't see where there would be a problem with that knife, but anyway, they did sell it as a factory second. That series unfortunately is gone, the Spec Plus Alpha. We all know that series here, the Spec Plus series. The idea was basically to have a rubber injection molded handle, and that series here, the Spec 1 and the other models using that handle, did sell really well, and they did try to make a more modern or updated version, in that case with the Spec Plus Alpha. So we have that kind of style of injection molded rubber handle that they used again with different blades, different lengths, with different style of blades, the exact same as they did use with the original style here that we all know and like. So we have here 1075 carbon steel. Sometimes the specs from Ontario are not that easy to get, so we have here I would say like a parkerized finish. It's a really rather coarse finish surface on the blade, quite likely bead blasted, and then they put it in a parkerizing. The item was completely oiled or greased, and yeah, the feel of that grease on the blade and the smell of it, that I remembered a bit on a Russian mountain goat or something like that. So it needed to be washed off with lukewarm water and some soap relative fast, and then of course, because it's carbon steel, you need to oil it again, and that's what we see here a bit. But it came off really easy, and that all works. The sharpness of the blade is there too. We have here a 6.1 inch blade, and they call it a trailing point blade, so it's the sweep goes a bit upwards. We have quite a grind here, and I would say it's more of a flat grind because it's so coarse. It's a bit hard to feel, but it's not a hollow grind. It's more of a flat grind that they put on, and yeah, quite some thickness. So maybe the stock that they used, the material is similar to the other series, but here for a while it was 1095, and then it did go down. We all know by now Ontario Knives and Tools is out of business, at least in the shape and form that they had for 134 years. Maybe we see made in China knives with that Ontario brand in the future. We see it's quite likely gonna go in a similar way like back then with the Schrade knife company in USA, and nowadays is all pretty much made in China. So that is how that is. On the blade we have the logo Spec Plus Alpha series, so we see that there much more is not to say about the knife. The handle is really good in the hand. We have not that much of a guard here, so you need to be careful. They made it in different blade shapes, shorter ones. I think this is the longest one. The sheet is a typical Cordura nylon affair, black, just stitched together, and it has 2 retention points, the usual top one and here for the bottom. What I don't like too much is the knife would go in like that, just on this side, because we have here that uneven cut. You cannot put it the other way in, so it's more for right hand use. As you put it in, I need to do that off camera, otherwise I cut the belt loop off there. So as you put the knife blade in, you are straight there by that belt loop, by the snap part here, and you see that if you are not careful by putting it in and out, that could be relative easy be cutted. Then you put that down top. We have the similar snap, so it's like this as it is in the sheet. There are no leashing points or draining holes or anything like that. It's a simple sheet. Belt loop is relative wide and good. Makes a good impression there, and yeah, the sheet is not optimal. They could have done a better sheet. And again, if you open the thing up and then if that folds a bit over and you drag it out, that will cut. So you need to be careful that you don't cut the part off here, because it's hard to replace. So the sheet is a bit questionable. The knife itself, other than the part here, and I just did cut me a little bit, yeah. So you need to be really careful that you don't get too far out there. Other than that, it is how it is. It's not bad made, it's not a bad knife, and for sure it comes sharp out of the factory and all that. It's no longer made. For like 2 years it was no more listed in the catalog that they had online. They just had older models that they sell, and now again the company is out of business anyhow. So the knife is gone. I wanted to finally test that. Back then, as they exhibited at the Blade Show, I saw some version of that knife and I got never around to buy it. Price wise, they are relative cheap. For the quality, really cheap. The quality would be good, but if you want to use it, you need to be careful that you don't cut yourself, and also that you're quite likely gonna use make a Kydex sheet or get a Kydex sheet, the aftermarket one that is specific for that knife. So that much about the Spec Alpha series from Ontario Knives.